Happy 2022! Can you believe it? A new year, and often with a new year comes New Year's resolutions for a lot of people. So today I thought I'd talk a little bit about New Year's resolutions and how can we actually achieve our goals that we set for ourselves, hopefully, this year. So let's jump in. I don't know if you've set a New Year's resolution goal for yourself, but I know for a lot of people, a very common New Year's resolution is to lose weight or to become more healthy or to be more fit. And that's a very good New Year's resolution to have. I really do urge you to have one of those. But if you are like majority of people, that would have been your New Year's resolution for the past few years already. A lot of people often make this New Year's resolution, I'm going to lose X amount of kilograms this year, or whatever the case may be, and then you just find yourself on the same spot the next year, which is so frustrating. If you think about it, at whatever age, when you're older, you sit there and you think, I've been dieting my whole life, but I've never reached my goal. How frustrating isn't that really? So I thought today I'd talk a little bit about New Year's resolutions and whether we should make them or not, and what we can do to actually stick to them and to hopefully achieve our goals. So the first challenge I have is, if your New Year's resolution is to lose weight, I urge you to make it a lot more specific and to actually write it down. Don't just think it, write it down in your diary, on your phone, whatever the case may be, on your mirror in your bathroom, or whatever you feel like it's going to work, where you can see it. Write it down and be as specific as possible. Specific meaning writing, I want to lose amount of kilograms in a year by doing the following. So in other words, by following the Eat Fit diet plan from Nutrition Doctor on Body 20, and by doing 2 Body 20 sessions a week, as well as walking 30 minutes for twice a week, and whatever the case may be. So be as specific as possible, write it down, and then revisit it on a regular basis, because that is where we can see that goals are a lot more achievable, and people do achieve them because they actually can see what their goal is, how specific it is, and how they're actually going to reach it. Just thinking of, oh, I want to lose weight, but not really thinking about how you're going to do it is not very effective. But I do urge you to, if your goal is to lose weight this year, is to add a little sentence at the end, which is going to be, by following a sustainable diet or a sustainable training plan. Sustainable meaning something that you can follow in the long term, something that doesn't have an expiration date, that's going to carry on for the rest of your life. In other words, a lifestyle change. Yes, that sounds very boring, and your paleo, your huisgenoot diet, your 28-day diet, blood group diet, whatever, there's so many of them, sound a lot more fun and exciting and causes weight loss maybe a lot quicker. But are they really sustainable? And the answer is no, because if they really did work, wouldn't every single person be thin by now that's been following these diets? And they've been around for so long, and new diets keep on popping up, and they just don't work, because we see that people are yo-yoing, losing weight, picking it up, the weight, picking it up, because of the fact that these diets have expiration dates. In other words, you follow it for 28 days or for 4 weeks or whatever the case may be, and then you need to go back to something, and that something is never addressed, because that something is your default, and that something, that default, is what got you to the weight that you want to lose at this moment in the first place. So we need to change the default. We need to make a lifestyle change, in other words. So I urge you to really add, by doing a sustainable eating plan and by following a sustainable training plan as well. I see a lot of people get super amped, which is amazing, and it's so encouraging to see and motivating, but super amped to follow an incredible training program where they do 2 Body 20 sessions a week, 3 times go to the CrossFit gym, and also gym on their own, and amazing results you will definitely see. You will be stiff and sore as well. But unfortunately, we see risk of injury with that, and also the sustainability of that's not very good. So again, choose a training program that you feel like this is something that excites you, something that you can foresee yourself doing in the long term, and not stopping after 2 weeks. And so that's the main thing I want to recommend, is try to think of a sustainable way to lose the weight, or to get fit, or to get healthy, or whatever your goal may be. So the next challenge I actually want to give you, and that is in line with losing weight, and I think a lot of people are a little bit on the heavier side, especially after Christmas or the festive season, And it's completely normal. I don't want you to feel stressed about it or worried that, oh my gosh, I've picked up 5 kilograms or whatever the case may be. We do see that you often tend to lose that a little bit quicker because of the fact that you go back to your routine, back to your job, and back to training and eating healthier. Whereas over the holiday season, we eat ice cream, or maybe you weren't in control of what's being made. You were living in a hotel or with family and you didn't really have control over what's being cooked. And that's completely fine. But when you get back to your routine and back into the swing of things, luckily we tend to see that the weight does come off. However, if you are thinking of, but I still need to lose a bit more weight. I actually wanted to lose weight before December, but I didn't. I urge you to think of a few things before you eat. Okay, so just a disclaimer, by no means do I mean that you should skip meals, or if you are hungry, just suppress your hunger and not eat. That is not what I'm saying. I just want you to think before you eat, because often what happens is we eat because of boredom or because of thirst or whatever the case may be. So next time when you have a meal, when you feel like eating something, I urge you just to take 2 seconds and ask yourself, am I really hungry? Do I feel a little bit of a grumble in my stomach? Do I feel my blood sugar levels are a bit low? Is my energy levels low? And what was the last time that I ate? And if your answer is yes, I am really hungry, please, by all means, eat that meal, enjoy it, and carry on with life. Okay. If your answer is no, I'm not hungry, or actually, I don't know if I'm hungry, I urge you to ask the next question. Am I thirsty? When last did I have something to drink? Because thirst is often, thought of as hunger, but it's actually just thirst. So maybe take a big glass of water or a cup of tea, or mix in a sugar-free cordial into your water if you don't like plain water, whatever the case may be. But just get a nice big glass of water into your body in case you may be thirsty. If you aren't thirsty, or you just had a drink but you're still hungry, ask yourself, am I feeling bored, frustrated, alone, or any typical feelings of anxiety or whatever the case may be? If you can say that I'm not hungry, or I don't know if I'm hungry, but I am very annoyed or frustrated or lonely at the moment, then the chances of you being, rather eating because of your emotions rather than hunger is quite big. And that's something we don't want to do. We don't want to associate feelings of, or specific emotional feelings with food. We call that emotional eating. And we actually don't want to do that, because that makes it very hard to lose weight in a sustainable way, because every single time you're sad or every single time you're happy, you're gonna want to eat something, even if you're not hungry or even if your body doesn't need it. So we actually need to start to train the body to not associate food with feelings. So if you are feeling blue, rather think of something else you can do to make you feel a bit better, even if it's maybe taking a walk, phoning a friend, splashing some water in your face, or whatever the case may be. But try not to really eat something if you're not hungry. So that's really something I can urge you to do, even if you're not going to follow a specific diet. Just try to be a little bit more mindful about whether you really are hungry. And then when you are eating, try to slow it down, put your fork down in between your bites, and then really try to see if you don't get too stuffed and full, but rather take it to about 80% full, where you can stop when you feel satisfied. And then if you're still hungry after your meal, just wait 20 minutes to see if you really are still hungry, because it takes about 20 minutes to realize whether you're full. And then if you're still hungry, by all means, please eat something. But if you're not hungry, carry on with life. So that's the just 2 quick tips that I can give you to get you started with this health or weight loss journey, or whatever the case may be. But please check out our website for all our meal plans if you do need to follow a specific meal plan just to get you back into the swing of things, or make sure to contact us if you have any questions, and then I'll see you in the next one.